ladies, it's Jen. So today I want to chat with you guys about transition eyeshadow shades for fair to light-skinned people. One thing that I struggle with being fair is transition shades in eyeshadow palettes. And a lot of times they're just too dark. They make a look become dramatic very quickly. I want to show you a couple examples of standard palettes where, you know, now that my self-tan has faded and I'm just my usual light-skinned self, it becomes a bit of an issue to find transition shades. So the foundation I've used this time of year is Estee Lauder Double Wear Ecru. Typically, I am the second or third lightest shade in a line. I'm not usually the fairest of fair, you know, I don't have that really beautiful, milky, translucent skin, but I'm still pretty fair. And transition, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, this crease here is kind of, you can put your fingers gently. You can feel your orbital or your eye bone. Okay, so this is crease, kind of circles around, semicircle around your eyeball itself and that orbital bone. The transition shade is the color in between that crease shade and the brow bone shade. You can feel your brow bones up there too. Maybe you already knew that, but if you didn't, there you go. That really helps blend out a look, pull it together. Again, I'm no makeup expert, but this has just been my experience. So an example of a palette where the struggle is real is the Naked 2. If you pop this open, I'm gonna pull the brush out of here so it doesn't flop out on the floor. You look at this here, there is absolutely no transition shade for any light-skinned person, really, unless you want to do a heavy shimmer shade, which generally I do think almost everybody looks better with soft matte or maybe satin transition shade, but there is nothing here. I mean, it's all gonna get dark and dramatic pretty quickly. Another one too, and I love these palettes, so it's nothing bad against these palettes at all. The new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam here. So here we have one decent transition shade, which is Orange Soda. However, you know, and that's okay with a light hand. Of course, it's quite warm and it'll bring you that way. But if you wanted to play around with the rosier tones, you're kind of shifting back. So I feel like it limits the potential of the palette because of that. So, and even here I love these Milani palettes, little fingerprints. So you take a look at this. Let's see if we can do this. And, you know, we've got, when we're looking down the rows here, this is way too dark for transition for very light. Those are too light. This one, the problem with this color is that, you know, you might be able to use it as a transition shade, probably if you're really fair, but if you're like my shade, one or two deeper, the color is almost just gonna look like your skin tone, not enough of a transition. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, couple things. I have two specific eyeshadow singles that I love for transition shades. One I use when I want to pull the look a little cooler. The other one when I want to push it a little bit warmer. Generally, I don't love eyeshadow singles because I feel like I forget about them and I lose them and I don't use them enough. So I do have some, but these ones I love because I can just pull them and take them with a palette. It's just one more shadow if I want to, easy to use. So my favorite one when I want to pull more cool is Urban Decay single in the color Laced. And this color is definitely a more pinky shade. Let's see if we can. They blend out beautifully, very soft. You know, blending it on my arm isn't going to do it justice. You know, these are a little bit more expensive for an eyeshadow single. You can pop them out if you have a palette that you like to do that with, but absolutely worth it. Blends beautifully, absolutely swings it cool. Just so good. I have never found another shade like this for swinging cool. And then I had like a L'Oreal eyeshadow coupon or something that I wanted to use, so I actually picked up one of these small, sorry, I'm getting reflection, quads. This is the Color Riche eyeshadow singles, and this is Little Beige Dress. And this is really a beautiful neutral, just slightly warm, and these are so creamy. I haven't tried any other shades here, but I should. You can see, sorry, You can see, I hope, that that's a little warmer. Maybe we'll try to insert a still picture so you can see it. So these are absolutely awesome. If you know, we always talk about travel like we all travel all the time. We don't, but if you do, you know, you can just put one of these with your favorite palette or just have it around, and it really amps up the possibilities with varying your look. Now I do have some Makeup Geek shadows. I really like Makeup Geek too, but I do have them. I keep these in my main makeup storage caboodle, so I always have them. But the thing with these is they're loose, so you have to have some kind of palette to stick them in. But the ones that are really great for light skin transition here, this is Beaches and Cream, which is more warm. And I don't think you're gonna be able to see that here. This is Confection, which is almost more of a purple tone pink. And then Sorbet, which is definitely peachier and brighter. That can be fun. And then the most recent one I got that I've just kind of been playing with is Buffed, which is just slightly more warm on the neutral side. So those are very pretty too. Definitely like those. And the one thing too that I think didn't get very great reviews, but I loved it, was this Too Faced White Peach palette. You know, everybody was saying it's too light, it's too light, it's too light. Well, for all of us light-skinned people, like real light, it was awesome. Yeah, it's light, but you know, I remember hearing that they meant this to be a companion palette to the regular peach palette, which I do have. I don't have it in front of me, but and it absolutely is. I mean, there are some great, so many more transition shades here. I mean, it's fantastic. I love this. I'm so happy I have it. And again, you know, then you have to pull out a whole nother palette, but this is a great resource for you, you know, if you need those kind of lighter transition shades. So I hope you find this helpful. If you have any transition shades that you love, that you have singles, or even if it's in a palette, comment down below so we can all see it. I hope you're having a great day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.